Hi, I'm Jessica Isbrecht, the owner of Green Duchess Farm here in Somerset, New Jersey. This is my second year running Green Duchess Farm. I got involved in farming because I grew up on a Christmas tree and horse farm in northern New Jersey. However, I went to college, got a degree in biology, and then went to work in the private sector as an environmental consultant. After a few years of doing that, my mother was diagnosed with cancer and passed away very suddenly. And this caused me to want to change the course of my life, and I decided that I would go back to the farming lifestyle I'd grown up with and start growing healthy, organic food for people. When I came up with the idea to start the farm, I really saw no other option besides organic. I really believe, because of my environmental background, that there should be no other way to farm. We need to be stewards of the land and take care of the natural environment, the ecosystems, and the animals that we raise by doing it in as low an impact way as possible. So on the farm, we raise a diverse variety of crops organically. We have all of the standard hits like cucumbers, tomatoes, carrots, kale, Swiss chard, and we sell all of these things primarily at farmers markets. And then we also raise a variety of animals: pigs, chickens, heritage turkeys, ducks, and rabbits. Our farm also offers a CSA, which stands for Community Supported Agriculture. Essentially, it's a way for the community to support small farmers like me by purchasing a share of the farm at the beginning of the season. We offer a meat CSA and a vegetable CSA. Meat CSAs will run through the winter. However, vegetables will be available next spring and summer. I think one of the biggest things that sets Green Duchess Farm apart from the other farms in this area is the fact that I'm committed to organic practices, both in raising vegetables and animals. So farming is a very labor-intensive profession, as I'm sure you know. To give you a bit of an idea of what I do on a daily basis, I'll show you how it all goes. So every day, the most important thing is that the animals are cared for and their welfare and well-being are looked out for. So every day starts with feeding and watering of the animals. Since I raise all of my animals on pasture, their fencing and shelters need to be moved on either a daily or weekly basis. And we do this so that the ground is fertilized as the animals move across the pasture. Their manure does not become a problem for the land. It doesn't toxify the ground. And that's an issue that is pretty common in the industrial animal production systems. So by raising animals on a small scale and on pasture, we can avoid some of these environmental impact issues. So every day the animals are cared for and rotated on the pasture. And then we also have the vegetable garden, which needs to be attended to daily. We're either planting, weeding, harvesting, or prepping for the next crop that's going to be planted. I think it's really important that consumers become educated on our food production system in this country and learn more about organic methods of production. Organic farming practices focus on the land as an entire system, as a whole organism. And one of the basic tenets of organic farming is that you need to take care of your soil and build up the fertility in the soil and feed all of the microbes that are living in the soil. And by doing this, you're creating the perfect balance and the ideal natural system to produce food that is of good quality with lots of nutrients. And this applies not only to the vegetables that we grow, but also grasses that the animals eat. All of these great nutrients that are created in the soil and then transferred to the plants or the animals are then transferred to us when we consume them. It's fall now, and Thanksgiving is quickly approaching. One of the animals we raise for this holiday is the heritage turkey. I raise a few breeds of heritage turkeys, the Bourbon Red, then we have Royal Palm, Black Spanish, and Chocolate Turkey. The heritage turkey breeds were developed in England and Spain and other areas of Europe after the explorers came to the US and found wild turkeys here. The heritage turkey is very different from the broad-breasted turkey, which is the turkey most people are familiar with, that is typically purchased in a grocery store. Heritage turkeys are leaner than the broad-breasted turkey. They have a more balanced proportion of light meat to dark meat. They grow much slower. They take 8 to 9 months to grow to the size we want for Thanksgiving. Heritage turkeys are renowned for their superior flavor. There are lots of really great ways to get involved in the organic movement and the local food movement. It's really important that we show the producers and the farmers in our local areas the support that they need to continue growing the great food that we have available here. One of the best things you can do is support a nonprofit organization such as NOFA, the Northeast Organic Farming Association of New Jersey. You can volunteer at a farm. You can join a community garden. You can take some farming or gardening introductory classes. And of course, you can shop through your local farms or at farmers markets. We've had a number of local residents volunteer on our farm. And when they come here, people usually have no experience, maybe a little bit in home gardening. But what I like to do is have them work with me for a day in the garden. We'll talk about things like planting and pest management and following all of the organic procedures. And I've had quite a number of people come away with a lot of new knowledge from this volunteer experience. Other volunteers may be more interested in ethical meat production, so I will take them with me on the animal farm tours of the day. They get to interact with the animals, see all of the work that goes into caring for these animals and raising them on pasture in a humane way. I find being a farmer a very noble profession, and it is extremely rewarding to see the happy smiles on people's faces and hear the wonderful comments after they've consumed the food that I've worked so hard to grow. I find it extremely fulfilling to be working with my hands and being outdoors and interacting with the animals that I raise. If you'd like more information on the farm, our products, and to keep up to date with all of the events that we have coming up, you can follow our farm on social media, Facebook or Instagram, and especially sign up for our email newsletter. Thank you so much, and I look forward to meeting you at a local farmers market or here at the farm.